Finally, I'm back with the full review of my newest Rolex purchase. I did promise this review maybe just a week or two after I got the watch, but a lot of circumstances, especially with becoming a father for the first time, really just postponed this video. But now I got time to do the full review. I did an unboxing first impressions of this Rolex watch, and also in the video I talk about why I decided to get this version. You can find this video by clicking the link up in the right hand corner or down in the description. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Of course, the watch comes in this green Rolex plastic box as we know it. I also got this service pouch here. I'm getting just into why I actually got this watch serviced during the review of this watch. So let's open. And this is, of course, the Rolex DateJust 41. This is the 126300. So this is the DateJust that Rolex introduced some years ago in 2016. This particular version is from 2018 and it's the black version. I opted for the black version because I wanted the most classic kind of versatile color. I think the blue is really beautiful. A lot of the versions are very nice, but I think that the blue, with all the flashy surfaces on this high polished watch, it just becomes a little too flashy for my taste, at least for what I want this watch to be in my collection. A quick wristwatch check. I'm actually wearing my Piaget Polo S, a luxury high horology watch I bought some time ago. Kind of a competition in my personal collection to the Rolex DateJust. This is a little more 70s inspired and also maybe also a little more sporty. A really cool watch. Watch the full review of this Piaget Polo S watch if you're interested. So just very quickly what you get in the box. Of course, the hang tag here. Another hang tag, and as you see, I removed two links to fit it to my wrist size. You get the manual, and then you get the worldwide service and warranty. So full box and papers. I did pay $9,100 for this watch. It is a pre-owned Rolex DateJust. It's from 2018, and it came in almost perfect condition. So why was this watch not perfect? That actually has something to do with this service pouch here. Everything was perfect, box, papers, everything was sent perfectly. Really good dealer on Chrono24, aftermarket, gray market dealer. The watch looked perfect, no scratches, nothing like that. But it was very inaccurate when I got the watch. Actually inaccurate to between 20 and 50 seconds minus a day. So big problem also I could see on my time grapher that the amplitude was really bad with this watch. So I decided to take it to the service center. As it is a 2018 watch, I still had warranty on the Rolex International 5-year warranty, so I could just take my guarantee card, my warranty card, and go to the AD at the Rolex service center here in Copenhagen, and they actually fixed the watch. So it had some problems with the movement. It was very easily fixed. It took like 4 days from I delivered the watch till I got it back. And now, why not just look at the accuracy now? So you can see this is absolutely perfect. It's off by 0 seconds per day. In different positions, I can get plus 1 second, but most of the time in different positions and on the wrist, it's off by 0 seconds per day. That's absolutely amazing. So I'm so happy that I actually bought this watch, had it just looked after, just regulated the movement, greased up the movement, what they do at the AD, at the Rolex Service Center, and now it just runs perfectly. It's so accurate. I'm so happy with the accuracy of this watch, of course. So let's get into the full review of this watch. It is called the Rolex DateJust 41, but I actually get closer to 40, approximately 40.1 millimeters in diameter, and that's something that's very interesting with Rolex watches. You can not always count on the diameters. Thickness at 11.7 millimeters, 47.5 millimeters from lock tip to lock tip, and a lock width of 20 millimeters. So you can easily change straps on this watch if you want to. So the interesting thing with this watch is of course that it's both a sports watch and a dress watch. This is kind of the perfect combination, just like you saw with my Piaget. I don't like these two classic, two kind of trimmed down or simplistic dress watches. I want something more happening, so the mix between dress and sports watch is the perfect combination for me, and I think this hits the perfect spot. I opted for the plain bezel version on the OYSTER style bracelet, although I really love the look of the fluted bezel version with the Jubilee bracelet. I think it becomes just a little too flashy for my personal taste. I can definitely understand why people love that watch, but for me it becomes a little too flashy. Looking at the dial, you get a very simple black dial. It's almost kind of a sunburst dial. And in different lighting situations, as you can see on the screen now, it turns from black into this kind of grayish color. So I think it actually has a nice play with the lighting, because it's not just deep black, it's kind of a very subtle sunburst black, but in the right lighting conditions, it's actually becoming kind of the gray color, which you can also get this watch in, which is my second favorite to the black one. As you can see, we get the Rolex logo at 12 o'clock in white gold. Then we get the hour markings from 1 to 11. Simple baton hour markings filled with the Lume. And these are also made in white gold, as well as the hands, which are Lume filled and made in white gold. Then we get Swiss made, a 6 o'clock superlative chronometer, officially certified above 6 o'clock, and then just a Rolex OYSTER PERPETUAL DateJust. I like that they kept the text to 3 lines below 12 o'clock and then just 2 lines above 6 o'clock. Not too much, not like the 4 lines you see with some Submariner watches, for example. Then you get the date window at 3 o'clock with the Cyclops, which works really nicely. You can see it's very easy to read the date. Now, if you easily get annoyed with polished surfaces looking kind of smudgy and dirty, then don't buy a DateJust watch, at least not this version, maybe the fluted bezel version, because it is a high polished watch. You see we get polishing on the 904L stainless steel, which is the proprietary stainless steel for Rolex, on the sides of the case, on the bezel, on the top of the locks, on the other side of course, and then also the center links of the bracelet. All of this is high polish, as well as the clasp here. As you can see, I did scratch it. You get high polish also inside of the clasp. So this is a very shiny polished watch. And if you are one of those persons who are really terrified of scratching your watch and seeing small scratches, small hairline scratches on your watch, don't buy this watch. This is a scratch magnet. It's a smudge magnet because you have so many polished surfaces. The case is built in kind of 3 parts. You get the middle part, which is the case with these typical style locks of Rolex. Then you get the bezel, and then you get the fixed case back, which is typical of Rolex. Very uninspired. Nothing too much with the case back here. This is a screw down crown. You get 100 meters of war resistance with this watch. You get the proprietary Rolex Chromalite Lume, as you can see on the screen. For this being kind of a merger between a sports watch and a dress watch, I think the Lume does a really great job. You get the very nice easy link adjustment, which gives you approximately 5 millimeters, so you can just pull out the bracelet. You can also put it in, so if your wrist gets a little swollen during the day, you can just on the fly get a little more. As you see on my 18 centimeter wrist circumference, this Rolex DateJust 126300 wears perfectly. It is a pronounced watch. It's on the larger side, so if you have a smaller wrist or you prefer smaller watches when they're dress watches, you can also get this watch in a 36 millimeter version. I just want to use a little time talking about the movement because it's a very interesting movement. This is the Rolex in-house caliber 3235, which was actually introduced in 2015 in the Pearl Master. Today you can also find this movement in the Sea Dweller 50th anniversary, the Yachtmaster 40 and 42 mm, and as I said, the Pearl Master. This movement holds 14 patents, so that's quite amazing. You get 70 hours of power reserve. It is a high beat movement, as we saw earlier in this video at the time grapher, 28,800 vibrations per hour. It has the chronology escapement, which helps to actually give you the 70 hours of power reserve. A parachrome blue hairspring, which is practically anti-magnetic, so this watch is also very anti-magnetic. And then you get a paramagnetic oscillator, and it's kind of hard to find information about the anti-magnetic properties of this watch, but what I find around on the internet is approximately 1000 gauge, so that's perfectly fine. This is actually what the mil gauge was supposed to be in the anti-magnetic department, but it is actually more than 3 or 4 or 5000 gauge anti-magnetic, the mil gauge. But this is approximately 1000 gauge as I find on the internet, and that's a perfectly anti-magnetic property because you will not have too many problems with this movement getting magnetized and inaccurate. So to conclude, this is kind of a perfect one watch collection in my opinion. It is a scratch magnet, it's a smudge magnet, it is maybe on the larger side, just how the bracelet is actually attached to the case, but the bracelet is top quality. You don't get better bracelets than Rolex bracelets in my opinion, especially these OYSTER style bracelets are absolutely amazing. I'm very happy about this watch. This is the watch I have been wearing the most since I bought it. It complements my white OYSTER PERPETUAL 39 really nicely. This is kind of more simple weekend watch, a more just set the time and get going watch. This is kind of a more everyday watch because the date is really useful and it's very easy to read also with the contrast between the lume-filled hour markings, the lume-filled hands, and the black dial. So 2 watches I really enjoy in my collection, 2 very accurate watches, and I'm also going to do a comparison between these 2 watches. It is just a perfect watch for all situations, every day. If you have to be a little more formal, if you're wearing a suit for business, for meeting with clients and stuff like that, it really fits all the boxes in, or ticks all the boxes with me. So I really enjoy this watch. It is on the expensive side. You can get a lot of other really great watches, especially if you look at Omega watches, for example, at less money than this. This was actually more expensive than my Piaget Polo S, which is on paper at least a high horology watch, as this is just a high luxury watch if you look at the tiers of watches. So I will be getting back with more videos about this watch, how it performs, also the comparison as I said, and I hope you enjoyed the full review of my Rolex DateJust. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will see you very soon again. Thank you. Bye.